Good morning, students. Now, coming to tools of recombinant DNA technology, restriction enzymes. Okay, first coming to restriction enzymes. Students, in 1963, scientists they discovered two different kinds of enzymes that restricting the growth of bacteriophage viruses in Escherichia coli bacteria. These two types of enzymes they restrict the growth of bacteriophages in Escherichia coli. That is in 1963 discovered two enzymes. Okay, that restrict the growth of bacteriophages in Escherichia coli bacterium. Okay, you know bacteriophages they attack the bacteria. Now these two enzymes they restrict the growth of this bacteriophages in bacterium Escherichia coli. Here, one enzyme it add the methyl group to DNA. Methyl group that is CH3 to DNA. First enzyme it add the methyl group to the DNA and second enzyme it cut the DNA into several fragments. It cut the DNA into several fragments. That is the nature of these two enzymes. One enzyme it add the methyl group to DNA, while other cut the DNA into several fragments. This second type of enzyme that cut the DNA into several fragments, they are named as restriction endonucleases. Restriction endonucleases. They are called restriction endonucleases. These restriction endonuclease enzymes they cut the DNA into several fragments. Because of this reason, these enzymes are also called molecular scissors. Okay, they are also called molecular scissors. Restriction endonuclease enzymes they cut the DNA into several fragments so that because of this reason this also called molecular scissors. Okay, the first restriction endonuclease enzyme to be discovered and isolated by scientists that is HIND2. HIND2. This is the first restriction enzyme to be discovered and isolated by scientists. Okay. Now this HIND2 enzyme it recognizes the base sequence in DNA having 6 base pairs. Special sequence with 6 base pairs and cut the DNA at this base pairs. So that this special sequence of DNA at which this HIND2 is cut the DNA, such location, such sequence, this is called recognition site. Recognition site. Okay, or recognition sequence for HIND2. For HIND2. This region with the 6 base pairs at which this enzyme cut the DNA into fragments. Now this sequence is called recognition sequence for HIND2 enzyme. Recognition site for HIND2 enzyme. Similarly, subsequently, more than 900 restriction enzymes have been isolated from 230 strains of bacteria. 230 strains of bacteria. There are more than 900 nowadays. More than 900 restriction enzymes have been isolated and also studied and also classified, and all of them they are isolated from 230 strains of different kinds of bacteria. Okay, now coming to the point, very important. In the nomenclature of these restriction enzymes, the nomenclature scheme of these restriction enzymes, every name of restriction enzyme is consists of 3 letters. First letter of the name, okay, first letter of the name, it came from name of genus. Okay, name of genus, and second 2 letters came from name of species. Okay, and Roman number is the indication of the name of strain from which bacterium it was isolated. Okay, first letter came from genus and second 2 letters came from species, and Roman number is indication for the name of strain from which bacterium is isolated, and the serial number is also there. For example, one of the restriction endonuclease enzyme ECO R1, this is one of the restriction endonuclease enzyme. Actually, it was isolated from Escherichia, okay, coli RY13. So this type of ECO R1 restriction enzyme was isolated from one of the bacterium Escherichia coli RY13. Okay, here RY, it indicates the strain of bacteria. 13 indicates the serial number. Okay, here E stands for Escherichia. E stands for the first letter. E stands for Escherichia. That is the name of the genus. And second 2 letters CO came from name of species, from which strain, from which bacterium was isolated. And R, this is a name of strain from which bacterium, from which strain it was isolated. And 1 is a serial number from which strain it was isolated. In this way, in the nomenclature scheme of bacteria, in nomenclature scheme of these restriction enzymes, first letter is the indication of the name of genus, second 2 letters indication of the name of species, and here R is name of strain, and I means 1 is the serial number from which strain it was isolated. So that is nature of nomenclature. Okay, now coming to on the points. Generally, these restriction enzymes, they are belonging to the large group of class. Large group of class. Such class is nucleases. Nucleases. These restriction endonuclease enzymes, they are belonging to the large class of enzymes. That is nucleases. So generally, nucleases are of 2 kinds. Exonucleases, okay, and endonucleases. Exonucleases and endonucleases. There are 2 different kinds of nucleases of enzymes. Exonucleases, they cut the DNA nucleotides at their tips. They remove the nucleotides from DNA, especially from the tips. they cut the tips of DNA. But endonucleases, they cut the DNA in any location inside the DNA. Okay? Generally, endonucleases enzymes, restriction enzymes, they inspecting the length of DNA. First, for example, this is DNA. First, these enzymes, they inspecting the length of DNA. Then they recognize some specific sequences in DNA. They identify some specific sequences in DNA. And then they cut the DNA, leaving the fragments. Cut the DNA, leaving the fragments into stickings. So, these enzymes, they inspecting the length of DNA. They recognize some special sequences in DNA. And they cut the 2 strands of DNA at sugar phosphate backbone, resulting in the formation of small fragments. Because of this reason, these enzymes are also called molecular scissors. Why? They cut the DNA molecules at some specific locations, leaving the fragments into stickings. Okay? Now coming to the point. Generally, these restriction enzymes, they recognize palindromic sequences in DNA. Palindromic sequences in DNA. What is palindromic sequences in DNA? For example, these enzymes, they recognize palindromic sequences in DNA. What are palindromic sequences in DNA? Or what are palindromes? What are palindromes? Palindromes means a group of letters which provide the same word while they are reading in forward direction and also while they are reading in the backward direction. Such group of letters, they provide the same word in not only in forward direction but also they provide the same word in backward direction. Such sequences of letters and sequences are considered as palindromic sequences. For example, some of the examples for this palindromic sequence is okay, the English word Malayalam. This is the word. This word is represented by some letters. While these letters are reading in the forward direction, they provide the word Malayalam. At the same time, when these letters are read in a backward direction, they also produce Malayalam. These letters, they produce the same word while they are reading in either forward direction or in backward direction. Such a sequence of letters is called a palindromic sequence. You know, some words are also in Telugu language. Some palindromes in Telugu language. Vikata Kavi. Okay? Vikata Kavi. This is Telugu word and palindromic Telugu word. Palindromic Telugu. While they are reading in forward direction, Vikata Kavi. While they are reading in the backward direction, Vikata Kavi. Such sequences are considered as palindromic sequences. Now coming to the palindromes of DNA. Palindromic sequence of DNA is that which is the same sequence of nitrogen bases while they are reading in a forward direction from 5' to 3' or while they are reading in a backward direction in a 5' to 3'. Some of the best examples, okay, enzyme EcoR1. This is one of the restriction enzyme. It recognizes the palindromic sequence in DNA, that is GAATTC. C. 5' 2, 3'. GAATTC. While they are reading in the backward direction from 5' to 3', the same letters are there. GAATTC. Okay? This is the palindromic sequence recognized by enzyme EcoR1. GAATTC in forward direction, GAATTC in backward direction. This segment of DNA is represented by the same nitrogen base sequence while they are reading in a forward direction or in backward direction, like this. That is called the palindromic sequence. Generally, restriction enzymes they recognize this type of palindromic sequences and they cut the two strands of DNA at phosphate sugar backbone, leaving the fragments with the sticky ends. Okay. These restriction enzymes they have all these 900 restriction enzymes, they can recognize 900 different kinds of palindromic sequences. Their palindromic sequences are specific. For example, this is the palindromic sequence of EcoR1. Okay. Now coming to the point, how these enzymes they cut the DNA fragments. Normally these enzymes they cut the DNA in two ways. One is normal cuts. Okay, normal cuts. What is normal cut? For example, AGCT 5' 3'. AGCT 5' and 3'. This is a palindromic sequence. Some restriction enzymes they cut the two strands of DNA exactly at the opposite points, leaving the DNA fragments with blunt ends. Blunt ends means they do not attach to each other even in the presence of DNA ligase. They do not attach again because they have no complementary base sequence at their tips. Such ends are called blunt ends. These type of enzymes they cut the DNA fragments, leaving the blunt ends. These enzymes they cut the two strands of DNA at exactly opposite points. Okay, but second type of cuttings are called staggered cuttings. Okay, staggered cuttings. So these staggered cuttings, for example, EcoR1, it completes the staggered cutting at the sequence of GAATTC. For example, GAATTC. This is the palindromic sequence of EcoR1. These type of enzymes they cut the two strands of DNA at different locations, but they cut the two strands exactly between the same type of nitrogen bases, that is between GA and GA. This strand is broken at this place and this strand is broken at this place. So some enzymes they cut the two strands of DNA at different locations but between the same type of nitrogen bases. These type of staggered cuttings, because of this type of cuttings, for example, this is separated into this type of cuttings. Okay. When this palindromic sequence is broken by the activity of this restriction enzyme, leaving the fragments with sticky ends. This is one of the fragments, and this is another fragment. This is another fragment. Okay, this is DNA. Here, these type of enzymes leaving the DNA fragments with the sticky ends, overhanging free stretches are there. One of the strands is beyond the next in 4 bases length. These TTAA, they are complementary letters and are present at the tips. Due to presence of this complementary sequence at their tips, they can attach to each other in the presence of DNA ligase, they can attach it to each other again when the DNA ligase is supplied. Such type of ends are called cohesive or sticky ends. Sticky or cohesive ends. Due to the presence of the sticky ends and cohesive ends, when DNA ligase is supplied to these ends, again these two strands they can unite it, they can attach it to each other. Such type of patterns are called stranded pairs, sticky ends and cohesive ends. Okay, students, how many GAA-TTC palindromic sequences are present in one DNA? We can calculate the total number of these sequences present in any DNA, in any long DNA. How we can calculate these sequences? For example, DNA is represented by total 4 bases: A, G, C, T. Only 4 bases, 4 types of bases are there in DNA. The probability of any one of these bases at a location, in a place, in a one situation, that is 1 by 4. This sequence is represented by total base pairs, 6 base pairs. 1 by 4 whole power 6. That is 4 power 6, that is 4096 bases. One GAA-TTC sequence is present in DNA for every 4096 bases. Okay, this is a total number of possibility number of GAA-TTC in a DNA molecule. At the same time, now coming to some objective points regarding GAA-TTC. Objective points regarding GAA-TTC. GAA-TTC. Okay, some objective points regarding this GAA-TTC. Number of base pairs. How many base pairs are present in this sequence? Total 6 base pairs are there. Number of nucleotides 6 into 2, 12. And number of H bonds. Okay, G complementary with C with 3 hydrogen bonds, and C is complementary with 3, and remaining 4 complementary with 2 hydrogen bonds. That is total 14. When this sequence is broken by the enzyme, how many H bonds? Breaking H bonds. Breaking H bonds 8. Unbreaking H bonds 6. Total length of the sequence 20.4. The distance between every base pair is 3.4 angstroms. So here total 6 base pairs are there. 3.4 angstroms into 6, that is 20.4 angstroms. That is 2.24 nanometers. Anyhow, this is and how many base pairs they are given by 2 H bonds 4 pairs and 3 H bonds 2 pairs. And what is the number of phosphoester bonds breaking and H bonds broken during this point? 2 phosphodiester bonds and 8 hydrogen bonds undergo lysis. This is the objective points of GAA-TTC.